Welcome back to Warriors News Fan Update, where every rumor has fire and every playoff win could mean the start of something even bigger. Let's start with the facts. The Golden State Warriors survived. After nearly blowing a 3-1 lead, they escaped Game 7 against the Houston Rockets with a 103-89 win, a performance that saw Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry, Buddy Hield, and even Draymond Green step up in a massive way. They didn't just win. They reasserted themselves as contenders. Now, they're marching into a Western Conference semifinal against the explosive Minnesota Timberwolves. And they're doing it with momentum. But behind the curtain, something is moving. Something big. Something no one's saying out loud. Yet. Let's talk about a name that once made fans dream, and now only brings disappointment: Jonathan Kuminga. Remember, when he was supposed to be the future, a two-way weapon, a cornerstone, the next big thing. Well, now, he's barely even a rotation piece. Kuminga played just 7 scoreless minutes in Game 7. That's it. A guy who once looked like a rising star has completely faded in this postseason, and the front office has taken notice. He didn't appear in 4 of the 7 playoff games. He's not injured, he's not suspended, he's just being left behind. Steve Kerr has chosen to rely on guys like Buddy Hield, Brandon Podziemski, and even Gary Payton II when healthy. Not Kuminga. Not the next great Warrior. And that has led to something no one wanted to hear, but now seems inevitable. He's on the way out, and that's where this gets explosive. There's buzz inside the league that the Warriors are seriously exploring a reunion with a familiar name. A former champion, a player who helped deliver a title in 2022, someone who knows this system, this city, this core, and someone who could bring balance back to a lineup that's often lacked. It this season. Still guessing? Andrew Wiggins. Yes, that Andrew Wiggins. The former #1 pick, the quiet assassin. The 6'7" wing who was the second-best player on Golden State's last title team, the one who clamped Jason Tatum in the finals, the one who played his role to perfection until he didn't. Wiggins was traded to Miami earlier this year in the blockbuster that brought Jimmy Butler to the Bay. Since then, Wiggins has played reasonably well, but the Heat are headed in a different direction. And the Warriors? Well, they're seeing the cracks. Kuminga is shrinking. The rotation is shaky. The chemistry is unstable. And there's talk that bringing Wiggins back might be exactly what this team needs. And let's be real, it wouldn't be the first time. Golden State has a history of letting players go and then realizing they need them back. Just ask Gary Payton II, who was traded away in 2022 only to be reacquired later that same season. History could be repeating itself. Blue Man Hoops insider Peter O'Keefe speculated over the weekend that Wiggins could be headed back to the Bay in a sign-and-trade deal that would send Jonathan Kuminga to Miami. Think about it. Kuminga gets the role, money, and minutes he wants with the Heat, while Golden State reclaims a veteran wing who knows how to win in the playoffs. The money, not a perfect match. Wiggins is set to make $28.2 million, so the Warriors would likely have to include another piece. Maybe Kevin Looney, maybe Moses Moody, maybe draft capital. But if the Warriors are serious about making one last title push with Curry, Butler, and Draymond, this could be their shot. And let's not forget what Wiggins brought in 2022. 16.5 points per game in the playoffs, 7.5 rebounds, 46.9% shooting. Elite perimeter defense. A quiet confidence that lifted everyone. This isn't a project. This isn't a maybe. This is a proven winner. Meanwhile, Kuminga? He's frustrated. He didn't agree to a contract extension. He's lost his place in the rotation. And Kendrick Perkins, love him or hate him, flat out said the Warriors should sit him down for the rest of the playoffs. So, what's the play here? Do the Warriors stick with the development plan that's been slowly falling apart? Or do they go all in, admit the mistake, and bring back the guy who helped them raise the last banner? According to league insiders, this isn't just a theory. Talks have begun. Executives are calling. Names are being discussed. And if the Timberwolves series doesn't start strong for Kuminga, it might be his last in a Warriors jersey. Before we continue, make sure you're subscribed to Warriors News Fan Update and have those notifications turned on. Because if this trade actually goes down, you'll want to be here the moment it breaks. The idea of reuniting with Andrew Wiggins isn't just nostalgia, it's strategy. It's about filling a gap that has become more obvious with every playoff game. The Warriors have a leadership triangle now with Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. What they don't have is a reliable, low-maintenance two-way forward who can defend elite wings and score without needing the ball in his hands. That used to be Jonathan Kuminga's trajectory, but something shifted. Whether it's the coaching staff losing faith, his confidence taking a hit, or just poor timing with the arrival of Butler, Kuminga is no longer a fit. He's been disengaged. His body language on the bench, his lack of urgency when he does get minutes, and the simple truth that Golden State has played better without him in this postseason, those are red flags you can't ignore if you're a front office trying to win now. Kuminga had his window. He got minutes, he got opportunity, and for a stretch in the regular season, he looked like he might finally break through as the team's third scorer. But an ankle injury derailed his momentum, and when he returned, he was already being phased out. Kerr and his staff have pivoted. They're running more three-guard lineups. They're relying on Brandon Podziemski's playmaking, Buddy Hield's shooting, and Moses Moody's defense. Kuminga, meanwhile, has gone from promising to invisible. And in the playoffs, invisible players are dead weight. That's why this Wiggins rumor has real traction. Unlike Kuminga, Wiggins has proven he can thrive on this stage. He doesn't need touches to contribute. He doesn't need plays drawn up for him. He just locks in, moves without the ball, rebounds hard, and guards the other team's best scorer. He was the Warriors' X factor in their 2022 title run, and while age and injuries may have chipped away at his explosiveness, the system fits him like a glove. He doesn't need to be the number 2 anymore. With Curry and Butler carrying the scoring load, Wiggins could slide into a much more comfortable role as the third or even fourth option. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Warriors are already evaluating what a trade package might look like. Kuminga is the obvious centerpiece, but to match salaries they may need to include Kevin Looney or even one of the younger role players. It's not ideal to lose depth, but Golden State has never been afraid to consolidate talent when it means chasing a ring. And make no mistake, this move would be about rings. Bringing back Wiggins wouldn't be about development. It wouldn't be about potential. It would be about winning the Western Conference right now. Because the Timberwolves aren't going to be a walkover. Anthony Edwards is on fire. Rudy Gobert is dominating the paint. And the Wolves have size, athleticism, and confidence. If Golden State wants to keep up, they need experience. They need chemistry. They need someone who already knows what it takes to thrive in Steve Kerr's system. Adding to the intrigue is the emotional layer. Wiggins never wanted to leave Golden State. He embraced the culture. He found stability in a franchise that gave him the structure he never had in Minnesota. And when he was traded to Miami, it wasn't personal, it was business. But now, with the Heat looking to reshape their roster and Golden State needing that exact type of player back, the stars might be aligning. Wiggins could return to the Bay with a chip on his shoulder, eager to prove he still belongs, still matters, and can still win at the highest level. Meanwhile, Kuminga would get the fresh start he clearly needs. A new city, a new coach, a new system, and a chance to finally be the featured athlete he was always projected to be. Sometimes trades aren't just about salary cap or statistics. Sometimes they're about energy. And right now, the Warriors need to shift their energy. They've got veterans pushing for one more title run. They've got a playoff bracket that's wide open. They've got Steph still performing at an elite level and Butler bringing that playoff fire. The only thing missing is the glue, the calm, reliable presence on the wing that made everything easier in 2022. The Timberwolves series will be a test, not just for the roster, but for the Warriors' identity. If Kuminga plays, he'll be under a microscope. Every missed rotation, every hesitant shot, every bad possession will only reinforce the idea that his time is up. And if he sits again, it's confirmation. A trade is coming. Everyone knows it. The only question is when. Before Game 2? During the offseason? Or are the Warriors bold enough to make the call mid-series if things go sideways? We don't know the answer yet. But what we do know is this. Golden State is no longer thinking long-term. They're thinking survival. They're thinking banners. And in that mindset, tough choices must be made. Wiggins for Kuminga isn't just a rumor. It's a possibility. A smart one. A necessary one. The kind of move that championship teams make when they know the window won't stay open forever. Thanks for watching Warriors News Fan Update. If you think the Warriors should bring back Wiggins, tell us in the comments. Should they move Kuminga now while he still has value? Or is it worth giving him one more shot? Either way, something is coming, and when it does, we'll be here to break it all down. Stay locked in, because the Warriors aren't done yet, not by a long shot.